July 2nd, 1969. Deep in the English countryside lies Cochford Farm, a quiet estate with a dark destiny. At the bottom of the swimming pool, illuminated by the eerie glow of underwater lights, lies the motionless body of a 27-year-old man. He wasn't just anyone. He was the founder, the original visionary, and the multi-instrumentalist genius of the biggest, most dangerous rock band on the planet. Just weeks earlier, he had been unceremoniously fired from the very band he created. Now, he was dead. The local authorities arrived, took a quick look around, and swiftly stamped the official report. Death by misadventure. A tragic drowning under the influence. Case closed. The media ran with the story, and the world mourned a fallen idol. But here is where the official narrative entirely falls apart. The local police wanted a clean, fast conclusion to avoid a massive media circus. But what they intentionally ignored that night is absolutely terrifying. If this was a simple, tragic accident, why did multiple independent witnesses report hearing a violent, screaming argument near the pool just minutes before he died? Why did a crucial eyewitness, a nurse, suddenly flee the country and change her testimony? And most chilling of all, why did key pieces of evidence, including massive stacks of cash and private documents, disappear from the house before the coroner even arrived? This wasn't a rock and roll accident. This was a panicked cover-up. To understand what really happened in the dark waters of that pool, we have to look at the people who were inside the house. The estate was undergoing massive renovations. Enter Frank Thorogood. He was the construction manager, a tough, hardened man who deeply resented the wealthy, flamboyant rock star he was working for. In the weeks leading up to the tragedy, the tension between the two men had reached a boiling point. The rock star had discovered that Thorogood was massively overcharging him and demanded an accounting of the missing funds. Thorogood was furious. He was living on the property, partying on his boss's dime, and the free ride was about to end abruptly. Witnesses who were at the estate that fateful night described a sinister atmosphere. There was a small gathering. Drinks were poured. But the underlying hostility was palpable. According to a suppressed statement from a guest, Thorogood and the musician engaged in a vicious argument regarding the money. Thorogood, backed by his construction crew who were also present, began physically intimidating the weakened star. The psychological warfare escalated into something physical. When the police finally arrived, the crime scene was already compromised. Thorogood was the one who discovered the body. Yet, his hands were trembling, and his story kept shifting. The authorities completely failed to secure the perimeter. They didn't isolate the witnesses. They didn't even conduct a thorough forensic sweep of the pool area for signs of a struggle. Instead, they took Thorogood's word at face value. Decades later, investigative journalists discovered that original police documents had mysteriously vanished from the archives. Scotland Yard refused to reopen the case, citing insufficient new evidence. But the ghosts of Cochford Farm refused to stay quiet. In 1993, Frank Thorogood was on his deathbed. Gasping for air, he called over a close associate, a driver for the band. In his final moments, the hardened builder finally cracked under the weight of a 24-year-old secret. He confessed. He admitted that during the argument by the pool, things went too far. He pushed him under the water. He held him there to teach him a lesson. But the star never came back up. A deathbed confession. Stolen files. A botched investigation. The man who named the greatest rock band in history was erased not by his own demons, but by a brutal dispute over money. The history books call it a tragedy. The evidence calls it murder.